probably at her birthday dinner in 2 months, when her whole family would be there to witness it. Month 4 of learning ASL, I was getting comfortable with basic conversations, and could understand chunks of what I saw even when people signed at normal speed. Delilah introduced me to classifiers and directional verbs, the advanced grammar that made ASL its own complete language instead of just English on hands. I practiced constantly, signing to myself in the car and at home when Natasha wasn't around, my muscle memory slowly improving. She noticed my hands moving sometimes and asked what I was doing, and I'd make up something about a nervous habit or stretching my fingers from too much computer work. The lies were piling up, but I kept telling myself it was worth it for the eventual surprise. Friday coffee chats became the highlight of my week, and Isaiah invited me to a deaf game night at his apartment. I showed up nervous and spent 3 hours playing Cards Against Humanity in ASL, laughing so hard I cried when someone made a joke I actually understood without anyone translating. These deaf people had welcomed me into their community and were teaching me not just their language but their way of seeing the world, and I felt honored to be included even as a hearing person stumbling through their language. Isaiah's roommate, a deaf woman named Piper, asked me about Natasha and seemed genuinely happy that I was learning for her. She said it was rare for hearing partners to put in this kind of effort, and that Natasha was lucky to have me. Month 5, and I was dreaming in sign language sometimes, my brain finally processing it as real language instead of just memorized gestures. Delilah said I was progressing faster than most students, probably because I was practicing outside class and immersing myself in the deaf community. She taught me the difference between ASL and signed English, explaining that true ASL had its own grammar and syntax that didn't follow English rules at all. I started thinking in ASL grammar, understanding why deaf people structured sentences the way they did, and my signing became more fluid and natural. Natasha's birthday was coming up in 3 weeks, and I'd planned the whole reveal. I'd signed to her family at dinner, surprising everyone with months of secret study. I imagined her parents' faces, Gregory and Linda watching me sign, realizing I'd committed to truly joining their world instead of expecting Natasha to live entirely in mine. I bought a new shirt for the dinner and practiced my introduction speech in front of my bathroom mirror, refining the hand shapes and facial expressions that were such a crucial part of ASL grammar. Everything was perfect. The surprise was ready. Then Friday morning at the coffee chat, I saw Natasha walk in with another man, both of them signing to each other with the easy intimacy of people who'd known each other forever. My stomach dropped, and I froze in my chair, watching them order coffee together at the counter. She was laughing at something he'd signed, her face bright and animated in a way I recognized from our dates, and the guy kept touching her arm in this familiar casual way that made my chest tight. They found a table in the corner, and I shifted my position so I could see them without being in their line of sight. Isaiah noticed my distraction and asked what was wrong, and I signed to him that my girlfriend just walked in with another guy. He looked over, studied them for a moment, and asked if I was sure they were together, or if maybe he was just a friend. I told him I didn't know, but the body language looked wrong. Isaiah said I should just go over and say hi, find out what was happening directly, but I signed that I wanted to watch first and understand what I was seeing. The guy signed something and Natasha responded, her hands moving fast and confident, and I caught maybe half of it because they were too far away and signing at full speed. I recognized a few signs. Tomorrow, meeting, secret, and careful. That last sign made my blood run cold. Why did Natasha need to be careful?